Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Finance that bring you the best and nothing but the best of every sporting event, from fans reaction to pre and post match analysis. Trust me, we'll bring it to you as it day happen. Of course, I have Ugochukwu here with me and AY Baba. AY and Ugochukwu, it's good to have you guys on set.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
But this is the telling from yesterday.
It's not good to have me. It's not good to have me.
It don't happen.
I've made peace with my maker, man.
Exactly.
No World Cup.
Exactly.
Everything concerns me.
I really feel bad.
No, only me they go.
Alright guys, make sure you know on social media platform, on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, because we bring the full package all at Final Whistle 931. Guys, yesterday we saw our Super Eagles going out with the Zimbabwe, and it was not a funny result at all. And now we want to see how every player impacted in that game. Those who do well, we go talk them, and those who don't do well, now here we go still talk them. I don't depart already. Go check out with you real quick now. On the scale of 1 to 10, if you are going to rate our own keeper, Nwabali, what are you giving him?
Sadly, I used to call them our darling Super Eagles.
But no darling again.
There's no darling anymore.
Nothing darling.
No love. No love. Hey, Ifemo. No love. Nwabali had an awful game yesterday.
Okay.
Considering the fact that he was just tried twice.
Yeah.
2 shots on target.
And one entered.
What does that say about you?
Nobody the other one eat pool. You don't almost enter now.
Yes, now.
Washington Arabi had 10 shots on target at him. He considered those one. Zimbabwe goalkeeper.
Yeah.
He made some very good saves.
Some good saves, yeah.
If the saves were not child's play, so I will tell you, Nwabali, for me, if he sees it, in fact, they owe me rating. They owe me this thing. But let me just, to be generous, 3/10.
3/10.
Had a poor game. 3/10.
You still try for that. Why are you giving me anything?
Ugochukwu 3. Make I do the 3-2.
3-2.
Make I do the 3-2. Because me and you know, even if you watch my starting 11 no day.
He complained about it.
I said Hamas is looking sharp.
Always, yeah.
Hamas is looking sharp. That's why I said the coach has a lot of. He needs to make a lot of decision. You understand?
Yeah.
Make we see competition for this guy. Maybe he go buckle up.
Make they go. Make friend the start more. No.
So now because I just feel like he's just shining on luck, or because he does not have that competition here. That's why we feel like he's
I feel like he's a decent goalkeeper. It's just I'm not just looking to
what's decent there?
We're making excuses for him.
What's decent there?
He was not mentally stable. He lost his father and mother. But now look at now.
He wants to kill other people.
3/10, Charles. Let's go on.
Now, after Nwabali, now we'll go back to our 4 defense yesterday. This 4 defense, they funny me. We saw Bright Samuel Osai. We saw William Trust Ekong, we saw Kevin Bassi, and we saw Ola, AY, I want to start with you on this one. Those 4 defenders on the scale of 1 to 10, how are you rating them?
Let me start from the good ones. I think Kevin Bassi, he was one of the best players yesterday. Yeah. We saw him. And I also I know that his strength is always when the boys on the ground. Yeah. He dealt with everything the same way he did with the Rwandans some couple of days ago. I saw he was decent enough. He brought that stability into the defense line. So I'm giving him a solid 8/10. So the next person that comes is Bright Osai. Yeah. I think that boy is rugged. He's dogged. He did not allow. He did not allow that winger to breathe yesterday. He marshaled his position. Going up front, he was a little bit, but I think his primary role as that defense way he's doing well. Yes, so now let me get closer now. So I think the next person is our captain, Ekong.
If you guy this guy good,
if he played as if he did not have any experience yesterday.
He played as if they pay him to do that. Even though beside Ekong, I would say this is match fixing. I tell you, because the guy just even the guy is shocked.
Defending. If you had to see his face, he never believed that he could get through with that.
So all he needed to do was
just body, put your hand there, you don't finish. But they do it here now.
Yeah.
Put your hand, you don't finish.
Just disbalance him.
I didn't know what.
And they were lying.
2/10.
For all of them?
No, for Ekong now. 2/10. Kevin, online now. I want to start making excuses because it was not played in the best position. But yesterday, he was instrumental in that assist.
Yeah.
So now I will give him 3 over 10. I don't want to talk too much.
Okay, you didn't give Samuel Osayi and
I don't do Osayi.
You don't do
Osayi, I gave Osayi 7 over 10.
Yeah, then he gave Bassi 8
over 10.
Wow. Let me start from the list to the highest. I think the list for me that backline has to be Ekong.
Okay.
Just because of that final error.
Yeah.
It takes where we know quality players are this kind of moments.
Yeah.
Let's be sincere with ourselves. That's where you test people. And he failed at it yesterday.
Okay.
No wonder he was not at the press conference. He knows what he did.
Do.
So I think he's even owing me rating at this time.
Okay.
So for me, it was flat 0.
Okay.
Flat.
That's harsh.
It's not harsh. When you make this kind of error, you don't deserve anything.
Yeah.
Because this is defense 101.
Yeah.
He failed at it yesterday. I don't care about what he wants to tell me. He was tired. If you are tired, you tell the coach to sub you off. Yeah. There's no excuse for that kind of defending yesterday. So for me, it was a 0. Let's go to Ola. I feel like going forward, he used to be good.
Yeah.
But defensively, I don't know what's happening to him.
He's dropping. Drastically.
But again, maybe we'll have to attribute it to positioning yesterday for him. So he averagely, let's just call it a 5.
Okay.
Because we would have won the game. If we had won the game, it would not be, yes. Because I saw that it was going to be a scrappy win. I from the get-go, I saw it. I didn't know that they were going to sleep on us. So for me, it was 5 for him. Calvin Bassey, one of the most brilliant players in the pitch. When you take out the Osimhen, it has to be Calvin Bassey. So it's 7 over 10 because nobody's going to cross 8 for me in this whole thing.
Okay.
Yes. You know win now. Where the goal is Osai, decent guy, 6.
Okay.
Just because eventually they got tired.
At least you're still fair to some extent. Now let's look at the midfield position. Now we have Wilfred Ndidi, we have Alex Iwobi,
and Samuel Chukwueze,
who played that midfield yesterday. Now on the scale of 1 to 10, Ugochukwu, how are you rating our midfielders?
Samuel Chukwueze won't take it. No, I'm not joking. If I catch him, that's how it is for me now. He had the worst performance in the pitch yesterday.
Yeah.
In both legs.
The ball boys had impact in the game more than him.
Because those were throwing ball.
They were giving people ball. They were urging the boys on. The ball boys had impact more than Chukwueze yesterday, sir.
Yeah.
I don't care if he claims he was being played out of position. That's his problem. You are a footballer, for God's sake. Yeah. We go to trials. We know how football is. Yeah. Most players that we see started as number 9. But if you go to try, you say, I'm on 9 Choco, you go draw back. You'll play 2. You'll play 3. So if you cannot do that, where the carry you go? Midfield. Please, I bet you should get out. No, the rate. No, he doesn't deserve my rating. Alex Iwobi. He should have done better yesterday. But he had a better game as compared to the game against Rwanda. That's another thing. So he tried to improve on what he did. It was just so sad that he could not execute that goal, that goal scoring opportunity that he had. He should have just scored that and call it a day.
Okay.
So for me, I think because of that, 6 over 10.
Okay.
Ndidi yesterday played very, very well.
Yeah.
It was the only one. That's why I'm faulting the coach.
Okay.
Because this guy was just walking up and down. He was stressed throughout the game. He had a very good game. 7 over 10 for Ndidi. It was just so sad that we eventually drew that game.
I think I'll agree with you on that one.
For me, I think I'll raise the bar a little bit from Goalkeeper. I think he said 7. I'll give him 8 over 10 because he controlled the midfield.
Yeah.
We saw several intelligent recoveries, perfect positioning. There was more pain at the point. So I think I'll give him an 8 over 10. I think it was a real anchor. At least the first half, we saw him more. So 8 over 10 is fair for me. So I think the next person is
Iwobi.
Alex Iwobi. I think see, Iwobi is just
he was busy doing nothing.
Iwobi is that player that he always makes it difficult for me to
rate. Yeah.
Because this time he's doing something good. The other minute
he's doing the next the other rubbish.
He's just like a passerby. He's just there. Yeah. And I've always talked about it. It will be work on your shooting skills now. Abba. Look, you would have probably scored a goal yesterday.
When last did he will be scoring a goal?
And he gets getting call on every time.
You have over 70 caps.
I'll give him 5 over 10.
Samuel Chukwueze.
Ugochukwu don't talk now. Brother, don't talk. Everything I want to talk again.
No, no, this skill at all.
Everything I want to talk again.
You know them at all.
Everything I want to talk. I'll give him 2/10.
You know them at all. Now let's move to the front line. Go and AY. Victor Osimhen, sorry, was arguably our best player yesterday. We saw him with Moses Simon. I cannot use veteran again. But we saw him with Moses Simon at that front line and Ademola Lookman.
Yeah, I think Moses Simon was very ineffective.
Okay, I agree with you. I agree with you.
I think he delivered so many crosses, but none was useful. Was useful.
You could have delivered. He didn't deliver anything. He was just
that's what I said. He was delivering.
He was just balloon ball.
He did serve.
He was serving.
He was serving. He was not
balloon
deliver.
I'm saying he was trying to deliver the ball.
But this is doing nothing.
Well, I don't know. I think, like I said in the previous shoot, I think he's better off when he comes in from the bench.
From the bench, yeah.
Should read the game from the bench.
Yeah, he's better off when most of the time. He's very good with the takeovers, but he has to work on his final balls too. Yeah. His final ball is very, very poor. That was why I felt like the coach would have probably swapped him and
Ademola Lookman,
to switch when that one was not working. So I think I gave him a 4/10. Ademola Lookman was another worst player yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, he tried.
He showed for his face.
Yeah.
He was exhausted.
He tried.
There was nothing in him again.
So we shared the same rating with Moses Simon. 4/10. All of them. They were just passers by. The Victor Osimhen, who arguably was the best player. We saw that flying nodding. Timely. We saw how he was urging them on. We saw how he was running over the people. We saw how he was pressing and everything. We saw how now he keep Arubi on his toes
now.
So many saves. This same Victor Osimhen. 9.5/10.
I think he's the highest.
Yeah.
You try. Go to go real quick.
I've said it. Nobody's going to hit more than 8 just because we did not get the result. But let me start from Victor Osimhen. For me, he had a brilliant game.
Yeah.
A very brilliant game. I think he's a world-class striker. And that's why it pains me. You make a statement, a world-class striker. The person has not been to the World Cup. It's so sad.
It's so sad.
He deserves to have that in his catalogue. We're not talking about winning the World Cup for God's sake. Just attending.
Attend them, yeah.
For me, he had 8/10.
Okay.
It's sad, but it's 8/10.
8/10, okay.
Let's go to Ademola Lookman, calf best. You can imagine. But I don't want to blame him much. I think he was out of position.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that affected him. But again, you should have just switched with Moses Simon for God's sake.
Easily.
Why do this to yourself? He hurt himself. He should have these 2 legs. He suffered.
Yeah.
He suffered.
Very well.
His face showed that this guy was not happy in the pitch. And football is a game of joy. Now, when you don't get joy, if
you're not happy, you bring out the best now.
5/10. Ademola Lookman.
Okay.
Moses Simon. Him and Chukwueze, they had the same performance yesterday.
Yeah.
Played the same performance. The same. Nothing special.
Sorry, you're giving him the same.
Nothing special. Who gives you? Have you given Chukwueze 5 before? Are they Chris?
No, you know even Chukwueze.
I know rate him.
You're not rating Moses Simon too.
No, Simon 5/10.
5/10.
Just because.
You with Ademola Lookman. Yeah, we saw some stuff yesterday from Eric Sikaushel, Toru Arokodare, and
Victor Boniface.
Baby Babi, according to official. So how are you rating those 2 guys?
Tolu. I'm not going to rate Boniface because I'm done with him. I've said it times number. I'm done with him.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming him for anything that happened yesterday, but I'm done.
Okay.
So I don't want to talk about him. For Tolu Arokodare, Amiibo, sorry, my L. The goal we scored, you will see the involvement Tolu had in that game.
Yeah, his foot speed was all over the goal.
You see how
the energy.
Yeah. And that was why we blamed. You should have started your 2 strikers that you sabi.
Go with your normal pattern.
The headers, Tolu had about 3 good headers.
Yeah.
It was all that Arubi was on his good day.
Yeah.
I don't know what make that keeper.
All of a sudden, you do give away last against Benin Republic. You got it out now.
You turn Van der Sar.
No problem. I feel like Tolu had a very good game.
Okay.
And he will build upon that game. I hope he gets called up in the next international break.
Definitely.
So that we would see him better and probably where we don't have much tension like what we had yesterday. But there's no rating for him at that.
What up, baby Babi?
I don't think. I know this time.
I think Tolu was impactful. He showed reason why. I think he was one of the only positives that I saw out of that game.
Yeah.
That somebody we can rely on if Victor Osimhen gets injured.
Yeah.
I think that's the only positive we can rely on. I think he gives us, so far so good. He gives us like a photocopy of Victor Osimhen.
Yeah.
Because let's not lie to ourselves. People were saying Victor Boniface would probably step in the shoes of, but this shoe, I'm not sure this one even
big
to
Boniface.
So I think Tolu Arokodare, it looks like the real deal.
Okay.
Looks like
with time.
Yeah,
with time he would click.
And then you saw how what's playing for the Super Eagles means to him with the old reaction. So I think so far so good. I'll give him a 5 over 10 because he was not so involved in the game. He had little time to play. But Victor Boniface, I think it will be so hard for us to rate him because he played. He didn't have
that's what I said.
Okay, now let's round up quick one, guys. Goalkeeper and Rafa Nyedika came into the game yesterday, and everything changed. So
but he didn't even add so much.
Now
that's my problem. That was what I talked about. I don't know. Let me not. I beg.
Let's not waste it.
Yes,
because he didn't even eventually
have results.
Yeah, so
that's
few minutes.
All the work is just waste. Okay, thank you so much, Goalkeeper and AY. Yes, at this point it's hard to rate our players because the result didn't favor us yesterday. But trust me, some of the players like Abim Bassi, Victor Osimhen, Rafa Nyedika, Bryce Samuel Osai, they had a wonderful outing yesterday. They have a good game yesterday. That's our own calf best. No, turn up yesterday, but some days are like that. That's why it's called football. Now I want to hear from you in the comment section. Don't forget to always like, share, comment, subscribe. Tell us what you feel about this rating in the comment section. We'll see you again next time. Thank you.